Hello, Fallen Dragonite here. Today we will be taking a look at Earthrise Snapdragon. And we currently have him in his dragon mode because this is, in my opinion, the weakest form. Now then, it does look nice. Has nice big thick tail, has the guns coming off the back. Colorizations look pretty nice. Got some nice detailed teeth there. But the reason I say this is his weakest is because how finicky it is to get him in this mode. The tail kind of doesn't sit quite right. I mean, it holds together nicely, but it doesn't feel like it fits nicely like it's supposed to. Like, there should be an extra joint here to so that it fits flush. The torso section here, it doesn't feel like this is properly tabbed in place. It feels like there should be a way it's supposed to tab in, but it's not solid to me. And of course, the arms just have a ball joint here and a swivel here. That's about it. Yeah, you can see right there, as soon as I move the legs, that section just popped off. He does have universal hips, a little under 90-degree bend at the knee. That's more a transformation joint than anything. And then, of course, there's his head. It can move up, move down. It can also move like that. That's not really supposed to move. But yeah, that joint's pretty tight. And now for the part I do not like. Come on. Come on. There we go. There's Snapdragon's Headmaster. I do like how there's these little panels on his arms that fill in the eye sockets. Yes, they're hollow eye sockets, and this fills it in. But it's that clip. That clip is very, very hard to get in, and every time I put it in there, it feels like I'm going to break it. So yeah, this is not something I like to tinker around with terribly. Okay, let's get him into his other vehicle mode because, of course, Snapdragon is a triple changer as well as a Headmaster. So first we put in the dragon head, fold in the arms, unplug this whole section here. Yeah, there's tabs here that are supposed to slot in back here. And these tabs are supposed to slot in somewhere up here as well, but it doesn't really work that way. So we fold this up, push it in place, and of course there's, I want to show this off, there's that little panel here that moves. So yeah, we fold these up, and you can already tell these are the robot mode hips. Fold this down until it pegs into place, like so. We'll unplug the guns from his back, fold in the arms, and snap that in. And we take his arm, take his legs, fold them out, fold the wings out for the jet mode, tab these in like so. And we fold in the feet. You can already see the robot mode fist there. And there's thrusters underneath. And finally, if my nail will catch it, we fold out the landing gear and put in the blasters like so. And there we have Snapdragon's jet mode. I do really like this jet mode. Looks really nice, although it feels like these need to be a little stronger. They sometimes will just fold down. And now, take his Headmaster, and yeah, you can see the molded teeth in his legs. Fold down his legs, and you're supposed to put him in here. This panel pops out just fine for me. This side, yeah, I do not like how that snaps. It's really hard for me to get this panel out. This one comes out just fine. This one does not. Might just be my copy. Who knows? Well, we just slide him in like so. Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, you kind of have to get his legs in just the right position to make him fit. It's not terribly hard. It's just that it's easy to mess up. So we pop this back in. Yeah, that pops in fine. This one, not so much. Yeah, I really hope this is just my copy and not a wide problem with the toy itself. But yeah, there he is, piloting the ship. Again, really like the ship, really like the teal details for the rear fins. Little teal details here. This section just seems a little off. It's just a block. There's no like thrusters molded in or anything like that. Unless this section right here, which is just really shallow. Maybe this is supposed to be a thruster. I don't know. Anyway, that's his jet mode. So, of course, now we need to get him into robot mode. And requires untabbing these, popping this off. Now we have to move this section up. Like so, rotate this down, and there's a tab here. It's supposed to slot into right there. Got to do the same for the other side as well. Oh, sometimes it gets caught. So I have to be mindful about where everything is positioned as we tab both sides. Oh, hang on. Yeah, gotta make sure that everything is lined up correctly, or else it's just not gonna tab together like it's supposed to. There we go. Next, we fold the wings in, rotate this around, which will of course be his robot mode hands. Set these off to the side for now. Same on the other side. We're going to split his legs, because I'm not going to open these panels again just to get his head out. So we're going to fold the landing gear in, we'll pull out the Headmaster, and we rotate the feet, the legs around like that. Take this section here, make sure it's pulled out, and there's a slot there and a tab there. It just pegs into place, like so. Joint on this a little tight, so you gotta make sure that you get both joints moved properly. Otherwise it's not gonna line up like it's supposed to. Next we flip these panels down, which of course will act as his feet, and of course that not aligned properly, so gotta readjust. There we go. Wait. There we go. So there is Snapdragon's body, and of course we fold all this up to make his head. And it just plugs in like so. And that actually fits in a lot better than some Titans Return figures did. Anyway, there we have Snapdragon in his robot mode, and of course, again, hold his blasters in each hand. I don't see anywhere there could be storage, however, but yeah. Now we can see got red eyes, purple face mask, which is a little off. You can kind of see there's a sculpted detail here, which looks like an eye. I think the original Headmaster, you're supposed to fold him up as the monster head, and then you flip down the panel to make the robot mode head. Got 2 Decepticon logos on his chest. Nice dark purple detailing. The teal does do a little accent there. There's his yellow cockpits on his side. And of course, the standard Earthrise and Siege 5mm ports. He has them on the tip of his toes. He has these little sections right here, both on the upper and lower arm. 2 on his chest, but that's more for the dragon mode to mount the gun. And of course, 1 on his back, which makes him a lot easier to use things like brunt in some of his configurations. Now for the articulation, we have, of course, universal joints. I really like that sculpted detail there. Joints are really tight. Of course, if you open up his arm all the way, parts will collide. He has that bicep swivel due to transformation. Not exactly 90-degree bend at the elbow and nothing at the wrist. Does have his waist. Does have universal hips, thigh swivel, 90-degree bend at the knee, and of course the ankle tilt. So yeah, you can get him into some pretty decent poses. And let me put out another Headmaster, and that will be, of course, my vintage Mind Wipe. You see, he's a bit taller than a deluxe class, but let's pull out something a little bit more on the Voyager scale. That would be my Voyager Astrotrain. Well, leader class Astrotrain, but he's technically just a Voyager size, and unfortunately my Astrotrain's hips are starting to give out. Yeah, without the risers, he'd probably be about the same size as Astrotrain. And now, one more thing. I'm going to pull off his head. And you're probably wondering, can he also use the Titan's Return head? So, I got Ape Face. No, I did not get the Siege Ape Face, and I've heard that thing is kind of a nightmare because there's a very easily breakable part on him, but yeah. The Titan's Return heads work just as well. It is the exact same connector, exact same transformation. So if you have a bunch of Titan's Return heads lying around, Snapdragon works with them just as well. And that is all I really have to say about Snapdragon. He has really good jet mode. He has a really nice looking robot mode, very nicely articulated and everything. It's his dragon mode that kind of falls short, just due to how finicky the transformation feels. But he is otherwise a nice, solid figure. If you were missing out, if you really want to complete your Decepticon Headmasters, he will definitely be a good fit for your collection. And if you just like this look for the character in general, it's not really a bad figure to pick up. He really does feel like a Voyager these days. Because let's face it, Voyagers are not really that big. And he really feels very, very solid. Doesn't feel terribly hollow at all. In fact, the only hollow that's even visible is the back of his legs. So, even if he's not as big as some of the Voyagers from the past, he feels big and chunky enough that it doesn't really feel like like he's worth that price. Anyway, talk to you guys next review. Bye.